There we go. Now it's online. How you guys doing? Oh, my mic is facing the wrong way. There might be some static. Hang on. Yeah. Sorry if that sounded awful. How are you guys doing? How about emojis for your subscribers? Yeah, that might be a good idea. Oh, and I know people do this. Before anyone says anything, that is cream soda. That is not alcoholic. Anyway, where we left off last time, we started a few chambers here. And I think they're about dry enough that we can start actually working on them. I'll let them sit for about an hour today. Aside from the one in the bag here that we have been working on. You know what? This one might need to dry a little bit longer. This one looks like it's ready, though. Can you play the Ocarina? Yes. Yeah, let's go with this one. How about
Demonetized! Demonetized!
Huh, I wonder if that was an actual bot or if that's just his name. For any of you guys who have caught my old TF2 videos, where it was kind of just like live sessions but edited, and really any Minecraft live streams, right? You might know someone who's been on the channel for a while, Fox, right? So he's been trying to get into streaming on YouTube, which now it looks like he's not going to because they lowered his internet speed. But he had something interesting happen to him where he had a bunch of view bots, like about 500, no, not 500, like 5,000 of them, go to his channel randomly. And he's like, I have no idea where these came from. I don't know why my channel got these view bots, but hey, I'm not complaining. And I'm telling him, dude, that's not good. Someone's trying to screw over your channel there. They're trying to get like YouTube to think that he did that and have him shut down. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but like, geez. The fact that people do that's ridiculous. Minecraft? Yeah. See, there's a little Steve emoji that works. Yeah, we're going to want to get right into this one. This one is definitely ready. Well, I'm pretty sure you could still play a game in the background. There's nothing too much going on here. Let's see. I have no idea how many I've created. A fair amount, though. Alright, so we're probably going to hold it like this. Yeah. So we'll just mark where that's going to be. Is this ASMR? No. I mean, I don't know. Depends on what you're into, I guess. Let's see. Right, so that's about, might be a little blurry. That's about where we want this to be. Can you please show your face? Maybe. Camera's kind of at a bad angle for that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to lean in there without putting my face against the desk. Right, so we're probably going to want the airway to be somewhere around there. So let's go ahead and dent this in, because we know it's going to be around here somewhere. And let's go ahead and try and add that. Right, that way there can be like a little airway that goes between here and there. I guess we're just going to make a simple hole first. What's an ocarina? It is a clay flute, one of the oldest instruments in the world. And the nice thing about them, like when you think of a flute, the first thing I think of is like, you know, one of those metallic rods and you have to blow in at a certain angle on the side and uncover the holes. This is a bit different than that. Let me get a simple one so it's easier to understand. Let's see. Well, they're all packaged away. Hang on. Where's that old one? Oh no, there's one right behind the laptop, right there. Here we go. Actually, the other one might be better visual-wise. Right, so this is a really old one right here. So, the way this works is it kind of has like a... the air comes out through this little mouthpiece here in a really straight line, and this thin piece of clay here splits that and makes a whistle sound, kind of like those little plastic whistles that you blow into, or coaches' whistles. But it's got this hollow chamber on the inside, and the air first goes through the chamber, and the larger the chamber is, the lower the tone is. If you have holes in it like this, more air escapes before it makes it out, and it makes it higher pitched the more you uncover. So, a little demonstration. Is that the World War II one? Oh no, this one's much older than World War II. Heck, I think this one's older than World War I. You know what? No, yeah, it's definitely older than World War I. Yeah, this is quite the old one here. It's nice to have it around. It's like, the reason I love this one is because, one, fun fact, I actually might be related to the guy who made it over 100 years ago. Two, it's got a really, really nice solid tone to it, a really well-defined airway. It's got like a great sound, but despite that, it has been broken several times. You can see all the cracks in it, and I'm sure you've noticed missing chunks out of it. So it's been broken and dropped and abused all this time, and it still plays. So that's why I like keeping this around to kind of like, when I'm stuck on a certain ocarina, I kind of like to base it off of this one, because it's like, geez, if this can go through that and still work, if I can do something similar, I can make one that'll last forever. Because this clay is not very good. This is very delicate, very brittle clay. The clay that I use is of much higher quality. A little harder to work with because of that, though. But it'll be much tougher once they're done. I need to get this one out of the way. This is in the way of my workspace. So we want the top end to be a little bit straight. Bottom doesn't really matter, though it's better to have it in a more rounded shape. There we go. How did you get into making ocarinas? Well, it started with me collecting them, and then I got sick of paying, like, the crazy prices they were charging for them, and it's like, forget this. I could make them myself, because I like doing pottery, and it's like, it'll be hard to learn how, but I'll give it a try. And I did, and the first... it had some oven clay. It wasn't really actual good clay. It wasn't real clay. But I got a whistle to come out of the third one that I tried. And it was able to do quite a few notes, considering, you know, it was one of my first attempts. Once I kind of practiced enough and figured out how to make them have a whistle sound, I got some real clay and got to work on making a real one out of real clay that actually functioned properly. And I still have that one. It's somewhere around here. Let's see. Here it is. This thing right here is the first real ocarina that I ever made. It's not perfectly tuned, but it's pretty close considering. I didn't have really the best equipment back then. It's a little rough around the edges. But yeah. You can see it's kind of got like a really exaggerated airway here that was repaired at one time to make it sound better. But yeah, let's give that a go. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, it looks like I made the pinky hole too far away. Ah, shoot. There we go. Let's try that again.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
See, it's kind of hard to play, so it didn't age very well, but it still works at least. But yeah, obviously after this one I started practicing a lot more and making them sound a lot better than that. How many do you have? I have no idea. That number keeps changing depending on how many have been sold. Are you going to make a 6-hole ocarina? I believe we did. No, that's a 4-hole... No, this one might be. No, did we not make one yet? I could have sworn we did. Looks like we actually didn't make one.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
That I had previously made. Unless I sold that one, which I'm thinking I might have if it was the green one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was the green one. I sold that one. Okay, I guess I don't have a 6-hole ocarina on hand right now. Well, I've got ones with much more than that, though. Unless in the experimental... No, I don't see any. Wow. I need to make a 6-hole then. Tell you what, that's what we'll make this one. This one right here. Once it's dry enough to work on, that's what we'll do. We'll make it a 6-hole. Because you just helped me realize that I need more of those. I'm making these out of pottery clay right now. Alright, we're gonna have to start carving out the airway there. There's a lot of clay we'll have to remove. So we're gonna try and get that to be pretty even there. Yeah, so we're gonna try and work on that thin piece of clay that splits the sound. It's kind of a wonky shape right now, so we're gonna widen that. Kind of like that. We might want it to look a little better, but that's coming along pretty nice so far. And we're gonna just widen that a bit too, right there. Yeah, we're gonna have to carefully start removing chunks out of it.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Is it growing quite rapidly? I know that one video I put out recently did pretty well. When I reach 100,000, I'm not sure what I'll do. I don't know. I might look and see what other people have done for their 1,000 or 100,000 subscriber events. Because some of the stuff that I could think of is stuff that I kind of already do. Like every now and then I'll play a game of Team Fortress 2 with subscribers, or we'll stream something together, something like that. No, it would need to be something more special than that, something that's not just every other day. Maybe a big Q&A to start.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Yeah, a big Q&A would be better. But that wouldn't be the main thing. We'd want like an actual video. Possibly a best moments of video. And of course, either its own separate video, probably because of time constraints, of a big thank you to all the subscribers. Maybe we'll have a giveaway. You know? Like I'll sign some, or like multiple giveaways, I'll sign some items that I just can't get rid of. I got a few nice ones.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
There we go. Now it's starting to come out a lot better.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of everything for that, because that would be one heck of a big celebration. YouTube would have to send me one of those, isn't 100,000 the point where YouTube sends you, like, the silver play button or whatever?
Demonetized. Demonetized.
I wonder what it's actually made of. Probably stainless steel. I'm thinking this through in my head, because maybe if I get a silver play button, the 1000 video will be me smashing the fucking thing with a sword. Just gotta figure out what sword could take that. Probably my own sword. I think, yeah, my sword's carbon steel. If it's stainless, it could destroy. I'd have to have it. I might have to have it sharpened, though. Then I wouldn't be allowed to take it to festivals and stuff. Yeah, that might be a problem. Yeah, that would suck. How do you make them hollow? Okay, so, think of it like, I guess this little one here would be a good example. Think of it as you're making 2 bowls out of clay. You know, like 2 little bowls, right? Could hold water or something. And you do some scoring on the rims of each one, and you just kind of squish them together. And then it's hollow on the inside. Others can be a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist of most of them. See, that's a nice looking airway right there. That looks nice and clean. I might try smoothing it out a little bit. Now there's some room for readjusting this if when we cut in, we don't hit the mark first time, which most of the time that doesn't work. Silver play button versus 1000 degree claymore. Huh. Possible. Oh, no. No, Cthulhu, I can't. I can't. My claymore's handle is made of wood and leather. I would catch my hand on fire, because the tang goes through the wooden handle. And the way heat disperses in carbon steel, it would light it on fire. I can't do that. I apologize. That would be hilariously awesome to do that, but no, it would light on fire. What key is it going to be turned to? No clue. I kind of just make them whatever they are. Because I don't have molds. I like to make them by hand. Once it starts getting some form of key, though, I can normally adjust it to roughly what I want. Like, if I see that it's a G sharp, I could probably make it either a G, an A, maybe a B if I took enough time to do that. Yeah, that would be awesome, though. Unless the play button was 1000 degrees and the sword just cut through it like butter. You should make a special ocarina with the YouTube logo on it for... Oh. Yeah. That would be cool. I don't think I'd want to put the YouTube logo on it, but I might make a special ocarina, have that be part of a giveaway. Yeah. The play button is just stainless. Yeah, that's what I figured. Then again, I would get so much crap for that. I remember when the YouTube channel What's Inside got their play button and they cut it in half and everyone lost their freaking minds over it. And it's like, guys, they hung it back up again. They didn't just destroy it. I think that's kind of symbolic, you know? Like, here's our play button, cut in half, because we got this play button literally by tearing stuff apart and seeing what's inside of them, how they work. I don't know, I didn't mind that. I thought it was kind of a clever way to do that. I want to have vanilla. Anyway.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
We can probably take... Where's my knife tool? If I can find my knife tool, we can probably make this make a sound already. Alright, just gotta insert this carefully. Alright, looks like I found it. That looks pretty good on the inside. We might just take a little bit of that excess clay out. Yeah. So we're just going to run this back and forth a couple times just to get it to be even, and a little more open. And excess clay here, cut that off. Now I'm not sure if that'll make a tone yet or not, but it looks like it probably will. It looks like we're at about B. B is the key that we're in. Which, that's not a bad key to be in. We'll just want to adjust the airway a bit. Just this piece of clay right here. So the tone might sound a bit better. Yeah, if it's in B, we could make this C by only adding one other hole to it. Yeah, taking some clay out. That would work fine.
Demonetized.
Next thing we'll do is probably
Demonetized.
Carve out where your hand is actually going to grip it. And we're going to make this one larger because we're probably going to have a sub hole here, which will help tune it and make it easier to play. What a sub hole is it's a really small extra hole that goes above one of the other ones. And instead of covering a hole halfway to get a sharp or a flat, you can just cover or uncover this little thing. And it's a lot easier because you don't have to guess how far you have to uncover it. And it helps keep it in tune. Some of them have them in different places. Like this one has two in the place of just one regular sized one to make it easier to play. And all of my 4-hole ocarinas have that kind of same design. Where it's not really a traditional sub-hole, it's just the regular one split in half, so it's easier to uncover half of it. Now that depends on the ocarina, how long it takes to make it. Some of them can take only about an hour, others can take a few days. Or longer, because if you want to count the actual process of firing them, glazing them, and then firing them again. Yeah, that can take a while. See, now that's a bit rough, but we'll just go over that with some water. And that should be a nice, comfortable way to hold on to that. Ace, what if I donated you $30,000? That would honestly be a lifesaver right about now, because god dang, we have been needing a second car badly, but we just can't seem to get one. There's a couple that we're looking at that would be perfect for what we need. But they're either in too rough shape or they're asking too much for them. Or, in the case of this one that we were looking at, there were about 10 different ones available we could look at, but some dealership in Arizona bought them all and had them shipped across the country.
Demonetized.
Though $30,000, that's way above what we would actually need. God, if I had $30,000 to spend, we'd get a cheap car and we'd save the rest of it. What's your idea, Snivy? See, now that looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? That feels better, too. Yeah, that's got nice grips on it. Yeah, that feels good. That looks good, too. While we're working on this one, let's also get the other one we're working on.
Demonetized.
An ocarina that can hold a standard ballpoint pen and still play. I'd have to see the pen. I don't see why not. Yeah, because you could totally just, like, say you've got, like, something like this, for example. You know how you've got, like, the tip here, right? And it's hollow? Well, you could just move the holes back a little bit further and have the tip actually be solid and the pen could just go in there, but that would look kind of silly. I think you'd want something designed around it. Maybe something like this, but you've got like a clay loop at the end. Like it kind of loops around in a circle and the pen like goes there. Because then this one's kind of flat, you could just sit it there like that.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Yeah, you'd have to take the pen out before you play it, though. That's the thing. Holy shit, your arm is the most perfect shape for golf. Well, I am Scottish. That would make sense. Ugh. Let's get this. Yeah, here's the one we've been working on for a while now. We're gonna let that sit and dry out a bit before we get into that. Well, this one's gonna be nice when it's done. Hopefully nothing bad happens to it. How's it sounding? Yeah, little airy on the high note.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
But it's been sitting for a little bit. I might be able to fix that, or adjust it at least, with a very careful insertion here. Yeah, it feels like something collapsed on the inside, and that's what's making it hard to play. We might have fixed it. Now it's squeaking there, I don't like that. Yeah, see? I don't know what's causing the squeaking there, but that needs to stop. But it's too wet to work on completely right now, so we're just going to set that to the side for now. And work on this one. And maybe have some cream soda. Let's see. It's almost in B. We need to take more clay out. But we could probably start getting it close to where it needs to be in tune. Like adding the one hole that we need there. This little thing will be what's keeping it in tune while we work on it. See, that's C right there. Right. So then we'll make that D once we take some clay out of this one. We'll probably use a wider one like this. Kind of drill in there. Open it up a bit. Now, we'll close that up a bit because it's probably going to be too much. Oh no, that's almost right. We're getting there. It's not perfect, but it's a good start. Yeah, it just needs a bit of clay taken out, I think. Right about there. Yeah, that's D. The volume of your mic is too low. It seems to be about right. Let me check on the back. Oh.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Is that louder or quieter? That sounds louder.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Right. For the next one, it should be E. And this is probably going to change a little bit and get a little bit out of tune as we go along. We're kind of hoping for that. We're kind of hoping to take enough clay out so that it changes the tone of the ocarina itself. That way when it shrinks, it stays in tune. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it looks like something bumped the switch on my mic and changed its volume. There we go. Yeah, that's about E. There's a little bit of clay that's stuck in there. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, so that's coming along pretty good. Now, after E, it should be F with this one. And most of these are designed around the key of C. So this is why the next one is going to be smaller. Only has one extra note to add. So that way you can just kind of lift each finger up and go through each regular note. There we go. Yeah, that's about F. Might have made that a little too big, but we can still make it smaller just by pinching around it. Yeah, I don't know. That video did get demonetized for the longest time. So I missed out on a lot of revenue from that, but it looks like it's back for now. Alright, after that, we want G. This one's normally a much larger hole. Now, once we play this enough, it'll start getting too damp on the inside to continue to play. So we'll probably stop about halfway through this one, pick up another one.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
There we go. That's about it, G. And that's coming along pretty nice so far. I think this one will just be a single chamber. Not sure if we'll add thumb holes or not. Maybe one. Ace, do you have pets? Got 2 cats right now. Right. Here's the one that we're gonna want to get back in tune. Yeah, I don't like that squeaking that it's doing. It's really annoying to recarve these airways, especially with how wet they are right now. See, we're on the right track, but I still hear a little bit of squeaking. I'm going to turn this one upside down. And we're just going to let that sit in the sun lamp for a second. Because the top's getting drier than the bottom. That'll just need to sit for a while. We might not be able to finish that one on stream, probably, but we'll see. Is there a way to turn down the demonetized thing? Not with the laptop currently, but I'll do that later. Nearly has a full scale. Oh, if you think that's impressive, here's one with 2 scales. How do you like that one? This is one that we finished a while ago. Well, it doesn't just have to be made out of clay. I've seen them made out of all sorts of things. I've seen ocarinas made out of wood, steel. I've seen them made out of plastic, which, I mean, they sound okay for being plastic. Some of them can sound really good, it's hard to tell the difference. But for the most part, plastic's a little unreliable. I even made one out of a carrot once, but it rotted. Pretty quick, too, actually. Now, where on earth are we going to put the front on this one? Probably up here. There we go. And we'll let that one sit upside down too. Are the ones you bought from Germany made of metal? I don't have any from Germany. I have some from Austria. No. Wait.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
I kind of have one from Germany because Vienna was in German territory at the time of its making in World War II. So I guess kind of I have one? I don't know, does that count? I mean, it was Germany at the time it was made, so I guess I could say, yeah, it is from Germany. You know what, yeah, I do have one from Germany. But, to answer your question, no, they are made out of clay. They're not made out of metal. I don't have any. I personally don't have any made out of metal. I've got one made out of wood. I don't know where I put it, though. I don't keep it down here. I have to keep it in a more controlled environment because I don't want it to rot. That's kind of why I like clay ocarinas the best. They can last forever if you take care of them. Like, actually forever.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
A Demoman pill-shaped ocarina. Getting the airway would be difficult, but yeah.
Demonetized.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You thinking like the lock and loads pill?
Demonetized. Demonetized.
Because I think the lock and loads is the same pill as the grenade launcher, but it's straight. But the school Wi-Fi lets you onto YouTube. That's more than our school did. Next was A, and that one goes here. That's going to be a large one. There we go. Yeah, that's about A. Once these are all added, we'll go through them again and tune them properly. So we just need to get them very close to where they are. I don't know if you can see that. When the green light comes on, that's about where it's supposed to be. Now we want B. The loose cannon? Oh god, no. That'd be the lowest pitched ocarina? Oh my god. It would sound like the loose cannon, I'll tell you. Jeez, I don't think I'd be able to make it that perfectly round.
Demonetized.
Not with this kind of clay. It would be crushed under its own weight. Right, Alright, so now we're just kind of going around and trying to make the thing the right shape. Ah, come on. Well, that's almost B. I think we're also getting to the point where it's probably going to get a little lower pitched just because of how much clay we're taking out, so we'll probably check that in a second. Yeah, that's about good for now. It's not quite to the green, but I'm thinking it's probably getting lower pitched. Why does the machine have a speaker? Oh, in case you want to hear it for yourself. So yeah, if you don't trust the microphone to pick up on it properly, you can kind of do it by ear and see if the sound lines up properly with what that is. Though, I've never had trouble with the microphone picking it up on this thing. It's crazy accurate. The loose cannon gun? That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't even be an ocarina at that point. All the air that you'd be blowing to it is just out immediately. Right, I should check on the big one that we're working on. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. It just needs to be gone over. Let me angle the camera so you guys might be able to see that. But first, I gotta take this piece of clay off that's in the way. Yeah, for engineer that would be difficult. What could you do for the engineer? You could probably, this is something I've considered doing, but I don't know how Valve is about their properties like that. A round one like this and just have like the class logo on it. But I don't have the right glaze for that. I might pick some up later though. Next time we're out getting materials for this. I might want to get the right colors for it as well. tend to take a while. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. The Wrangler's kind of just a square controller. It'd be possible, but it'd be easier just to make an Atari controller Ocarina, which would not be a bad idea. It'd be kind of funny. You know what? I wonder how that would sound. Oh, that would be so hard to do with the joystick, though. Huh. That might be fun. You could play some... they kind of sound... They almost have that 8-bit tone to them. You could kind of play Atari music on it. That'd be funny. I bet an NES controller would be easier. Maybe. Anyway, let's let that air out a bit. The very large one that we're working on over there, you can kind of see it behind the mic. I'm not even sure if it's going to come out okay. It might collapse. So I don't like making them that large. Well, the Rescue Ranger thing has that claw on it, though. Yeah, that sounded to make it worse. So it looks like we want it to be a little lower. This one's kind of being difficult. What we might want... So this happens sometimes when it has been sitting too long. It's that thumb hole. No, that's gonna be too big. That's gonna, like, completely destroy it. Seems like we're getting on the right track there. That sounds much better. Now, before I risk screwing it up anymore, I'm going to let it sit and dry just like that a bit. See, we're getting on the right track here. We just needed to give it a moment. Would it be impossible to engrave? Yeah. It's kind of hard to do it really subtly because of the type of clay that it is. But yeah, I carve stuff into it all the time. Like, where was the one that we made on stream? I think it was this one. No, it was not that one. Maybe it was this one. No, it was this one. See? There's some engraving on it. And I cut it a bit deep because I plan to put glaze over this. I want it to still show up. Can you play a Zelda song on that? No, because I don't want to risk ruining it anymore. I could probably play a Zelda song on this, though. Let's see. Let's try and get that in frame there.
Demonetized.
I'll wait for that to stop.
Demonetized.
Snivy, what you were just saying right there is exactly what I'm already playing. A couplet or two on an ocarina? Oh, I thought he said 2 in 1. Well, I have no idea what you're talking about then. Ooh, got a little bit of clay on it. Bleh. Let's clean that off of there. I'll just put this over there for later to clean it. Yep, getting a little bit out of tune there. That's what I figured would happen. Let's fix that. Oh. There we go. Well, it's not a matter of making one per day. they each have to take their own time to dry and be baked and all that. Might try and carve that a little bit better. It's got kind of this annoying static sound to it. Let's see if we can remove that. Whoa. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Alright, this last one here, we'll add one more note. Should bring us up to C, which is where we want it to be at. Let's get that open. Yeah, I figured that might happen. Yeah, it sounded like it was a little too wide. Let's see. That sounds better. Yeah, I think this one's in the same boat as the other one. Starting to get to be a little too damp to work on. Yeah, we got it almost sounding pretty good. What we just need to do is, one, make sure that this area around here doesn't dry out for when we add the mouthpiece to it. Right, but we want the rest of it to dry out. So we're going to set that one aside as well. Yeah, that one still needs to dry. This one right here, we're still waiting to dry out some more too. I think this one's the one we should be working on next. Unless this one here has dried enough for us to do some little adjustments to it. But we might take a break because I don't think it has. No, I just kind of like the instrument itself. Plus, I was already pretty experienced with working with clay. Alright, so let's take this moment, since I know there were a lot of requests to play songs earlier. Let me grab one and play another song. Here's a rather large one right here. We'll need the mic closer for this one. Oh, that one's hard to play. I was starting to run out of air for that second. Whew. Can you make any other instruments? Not really. Yeah, that one takes a lot of air to play. This is normally just for, like, quick little songs or, like, well, honestly, just the bass part, which is exactly what it's for. Other songs besides Zelda?
Demonetized.
I have a booklet of reference sheets that help me remember songs. I'll have to see what we've got. See if there's anything else. The best Zelda game is Skyward Sword. Second best is Ocarina of Time. That's a long one. Jeez. That one is almost impossible to play, but sure. What the heck. Wait. Let me make sure I got the right Ocarina to play this. Let's see. What are the high notes on this? I'm not sure if I have that on hand. Let's see what else we got in here. That's not good. I think I could play this one. Yeah! How about Super Smash Bros. Brawl? Gonna move the mic back for this one. And for Smash Brothers, I'm gonna need something a little faster. This one. Let's get some dust out of here. Hopefully it's not too dusty. But yeah, we'll be using this one to play it. Because I don't know if it's got that high note or not, but we're going to find out. so hard to play.
We've got to have money.
I always mess that part up. Oh god, sorry for messing that up a couple times, but Jesus, this is a hard song to play. And I am so out of practice. God, I need to play more then, because I am bad at this. What else we got? Yeah, let's not play that one. That one requires something I don't currently have. There's a Minecraft song. I like Minecraft songs. Let's see. Now, this one might be able to be played on this one, which I like, because my hands can grip that better. But I think, yeah, I'll stick with this one just in case, because this one has one more note that's higher that I might not have. I just gotta remember which song this is. Yeah, I knew it had one loud note there that I could not get on the other one. I just totally forgot about it. I'm not sure what half of these are. I need to remake most of these and relabel them. Da-da-da. Hell no, I'm not playing that. Yeah, these need to be reorganized. Green Greens from Kirby? I don't have that one. I need to get new songs. I need to reorganize my entire folder. What do we got here? Fuck this song. Oh. Alright, who wants the hardest song I've ever learned to play while I'm out of practice? Does that sound like a good idea? Oh, God, no. How many chambers are on this one? It looks like 2. Great. This is gonna sound... Don't blame me if I mess it up. Oh, boy. Ah, I knew I messed up. See, it's the switching between the two of these that I'm so out of practice with. God damn. No, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. Oh. Darn, I missed the last part. It was supposed to turn over. Yeah, it's supposed to repeat there, and I missed the mark where I had it set as a repeat. Darn. Yeah, I almost got it. I almost had it perfect there. It's just a couple parts that got me. Oh god, that's such a pain in the ass to do, because it's switching between the chambers. That's why I wanted to make one that was easier to play. Which is what I'm working on there. Something I can do faster songs like that with. What do we got here? Looks like Donkey Kong Country. I got Donkey Kong Country. Is this Donkey? Yeah, it's Donkey Kong Country. Oh, jeez. What else we got here? This must just be my Nintendo folder. Yeah, who wants another copyright strike from Nintendo? I'll tell you. This is a really hard one. Because the way it switches between the chambers sucks. Ah, that last note always gets me. So close, I almost had that. Yeah. Oh, that's a really high-pitched one right there. But as I'm getting back into this, I'm starting to pick it up again. I'm starting to remember why I don't like having a hole here, though. Really annoying. Starts hurting your hand after a while. In fact, that's kind of motivated me to take it off of the one that we're working on. Because that really starts getting sore after a while. This isn't the one we were working on that had the 2 chambers. Okay. Yeah. This one here, I'm starting to want to seal up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on just making the thumb hole work, right? Without being airy like that. I don't like that sound. It's a horrible sound. I'm on the right track. Starting to get it. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit airier, so we want it to be up. Yeah, this is the annoying part. Just trying to get one stupid hole to work. When it really doesn't want to. And I think that can be attributed to a bad bit of the airway here, where we didn't remove enough clay. Sounding better. Actually, sounding a lot better. Yeah, it's just got that squeak that I don't like that I'm going to have to fix. This thing's gotten so... like, it's not dry enough. It's like... it keeps absorbing water every time I put it in the bag. It needs to dry out more before I work on it. So I don't think I'll be able to fix that air problem at this moment. But we're going to want to do that before we add the second chamber to it. So we're just going to have to let that sit. I might let that sit while I pick up Isaac from work. How to fix an unwanted carved area. Oh, so what we can do, right, about that, especially since it's actually in the state, is I think what we'll do is we'll cut it up here.
Demonetized.
Like this. Right? Like that. And what we can do about that is we're going to take some clay that's over here. Probably take a bigger chunk than that, actually, just in case I need more. Right. So this is like, when I make the big bass ocarinas, there's a balloon in there and I have to pop it and take it out. This is kind of that on a small scale. So what this will do is we're just going to get this to go right about here. Going to take a little bit off the top because I added a bit too much clay. Right? Now we're just going to push that in. And we want to make sure that it really gets in there. Really, like, force it in there. Right, and now we can feel where it was. We can kind of indent that in. And then add a little bit more clay to it. A little bit more. Just until it gets into place. And... oh, add it a little bit there. There you go. It's gone. Now we can just pretend that that hole never existed. Move on. I don't like those. Let's take these papers out of here before I mess them up. Right. Alright, we can probably add the mouthpiece to this one. So what we want, I think, is the airway to be about here. Right. So then, we're gonna put another hole here. And this will be where the sound comes out. And before it gets too dry, this clay that we just brought out could be also put to good use. Since we know this is going to be the front now. Here, let me just smooth out the top a bit. Roll it around. Kind of like around here. Hey Cthulhu, been meaning to tell you something, but you weren't on Discord. So, Cthulhu, how would you feel about steamed hams, but it's a TF2 map? 'Cause I want to make that a video. Steamed hams, but it's a TF2 map. Okay, so from what I can tell, it seems to be a player destruction map, kind of like Watergate, but when you kill enemies, you take the steamed hams, the Krusty Burgers, and deliver them to Seymour Skinner's house. I know, I haven't seen it in game either, but I want to give that a try. Snivy. Ace, you don't have a link to your Ocarina shop on Twitched. On my channel page, under the tab that says links, there should be one that says Ocarina website. Anyway, back to what we were doing here. So, what I'm going to do... Alright, so this is the front, this is the back. Right about here. Right, so... that's... line two. Right about here. Okay, so we're going to actually carve out a little bit of the backside here. Like that. And the reason we're doing that is we want to add a place where you can wear this. So we carve out a bit of the backside here. Okay. Now we rolled together a little ball of clay here, like that. And we flattened it on each side. And what we're going to do is cut that right in half. So we're left with something like this. Now we're also going to carve out the center of this. Gonna pinch the edges a bit there. No, we're not making the mouthpiece. This one's not gonna have a mouthpiece. You're just gonna blow into the side. What we are doing right now is we are adding a part of this where we can add a string later. So if someone wants to wear this, they can. Right. So we're just going to dip this in our little bowl of water. Probably dip the entire back end in for this thing. And we're just going to add that on here.
Demonetized. Demonetized.
We're going to kind of smush that on there a little bit better. Really smooth out the edges, make it seem seamless. Kind of straighten it out a bit more. Right, that looks pretty terrible, but we're just going to actually dip this in the water too. And we're going to hollow that out a little better. Add a little bit more room. This will kind of be an oval-shaped one. At least that way when you add the string, there's room for it to move around a bit. You can add any type of string you want after this. Doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be the one it originally came with. If you want to add your own to it, that's fine. I never make the strings permanent because I know they get worn away over time. And someone might want to add their own string to it. Or they might want to put a little gem or jewel on it or some kind of decoration. Maybe a little plate that says their name if they ever lose it. I don't know. You can just do whatever you want. I personally don't care what you put on it. Just that you can. There we go. So now that can hang from something once that dries. And there's still a place you blow into over here, which is where that's going to be. We'll probably work on cleaning this up a little bit after the thing is dried some more. Where did you get the font for your title page? Honestly, don't remember. Somewhere on Google. A orange, black, and purple ocarina with an amethyst for February. Yeah, you could do that. I've seen people make ocarinas look like rocks and they'll stick a gem in it or something. I always thought, since they make them out of steel, someone ought to melt down a big pile of bismuth and turn that into an ocarina. Imagine a rainbow metal ocarina. That would be so cool. But not like those kind of like rainbow knives you see on eBay. No, I mean like natural looking. But you gotta get it at the right temperature and you gotta get it to cool right, otherwise it's just gonna come out looking silver. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna put that upside down now and let that dry a bit more. How's this one coming along? Yeah, see the tone's starting to change a bit there. Yeah, this one will need to be retuned a little bit once we come back to it. But, for the most part, this one's coming out very nice too. I got, to answer that guy's question up there, Professor Putis, I got into ocarina making because I liked working with clay, and I was collecting ocarinas, but I was getting really sick of paying a lot of money for them. When they honestly shouldn't have been worth what these websites were asking. So I decided to try and make some myself. Then I could have them whatever way I wanted. And yeah, that's where it started from there. As for the pronunciation, ocarina or ocarina are both correct. It honestly doesn't matter how you pronounce it. Honestly, like the argument's always, oh, well, the dialect where ocarina came from, they pronounce it, like the word ocarina came from, they pronounce it ocarina, so that must be correct. Well, accents change over time. Like, for example, a lot of people are under the impression that Americans, right, they developed their, kind of like robotic, this is the best way I would describe it, just like bland robotic accent after they came to America, right? But what a lot of people don't realize is everyone from that area talked like that. It was actually in the United Kingdom where they changed their accent over time. So, to be correct about it, a lot of the pronunciations in American English should be correct by that logic, but, you know. It's just, it depends on where you're from. People to get into such heated arguments about what words are pronounced, or how they're pronounced, and it's like, it's silly to me. That's where the phrase, you know, potato comes in. I've never heard anyone call it potato. I think a better one would be vitamin or vitamin. Yeah, so, long story short, there's literally no way to tell how it's supposed to be pronounced, so people just kind of accept both Ocarina or Ocarina. Why did the spy cross the road? Oh, I've heard this one. Because he never really was on your side. Oh, did I just ruin the punchline? Zebra versus zebra. Oh, you know what one gets me? Like, when they're referring to the letter Z or Z. See, I think Z sounds weird. It's a lot of, like, enunciation for just a single letter. Well, it looks like soon we'll have to wrap this up, because I have to go pick up Tyzik from work. But we need to let these dry anyway. Maybe not this one. This one's actually coming out very nice so far. And I don't think it needs to be dried. What we might do with this one, it's got that shape. You know the shape I'm talking about, right? What if we made it have a big mouthpiece and gave it a little Triforce symbol on it? Now, granted, the one in the game is left-handed and faces the opposite direction, which I do make those. But for someone who just wants one that's practical, and they're still a fan of Zelda, I think it'd be nice just to have like a little Triforce symbol on it. We could possibly do that. Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna cut a little triangle right here to remind me that that's what we're gonna do. That'll be covered up once we put the mouthpiece on anyway. So yeah, this one we'll just put in the bag. The other one will come to in a bit. As for this one, we may have time to hollow it out, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, it's actually not dry enough yet. We can get it started, but we're not going to finish that. Let's see here. Yeah, it needs to dry a little bit more too. Ocarinas are technically flutes. That statement is flawed. Someone who lived up to their YouTube name. Yeah. Ugh, Soundsmith doesn't make music. You guys should check out Soundsmith's music channel. Have you ever noticed, like, he really doesn't get a lot of attention on his music channel compared to his TF2 channel. So many people are surprised when they find out that he has a music channel, which is funny, because that came first, and I know that came first, because, heck, I was subscribed. Ace not helping my point. No, but it does have a nice ring to it. Ace the Ocarina Maker actually was not supposed to be the channel's permanent name, but it's stuck. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, it does. In fact, yeah, it's kind of like that. In fact,
Demonetized.
the one we just put in the bag here, the one that I think we'll make into a Zelda Ocarina, is C. Or at least we'll try to get it into the key of C. Yeah, I ought to make that a Zelda Ocarina and then sell it for a good price. Because people eat that stuff right up. Especially these little ones that have the Triforce on them. Because these are inexpensive, but, you know, you're still showing your love for Zelda through them. You can't play every Zelda song on them, though. That's the one shame. Honestly, I find it annoying that Zelda's Lullaby needs to be played on an ocarina this size, with this many holes. Does that look anything like the one in Ocarina of Time? Yeah, no. No, it doesn't. I've seen a couple companies make the Ocarina of Time into a double ocarina like that one, though. But that's kind of funny, that a lot of the songs you play on your ocarina in Ocarina of Time could not possibly be played by it. It's physically impossible. Well, that'll be it. We'll just let these dry and come back to them later. RT game? Games on RT? I wonder why that is his name, RT Games. Or RT Game. And I always want to call him RT Games, but it's RT Game. Isn't it? I don't know. I used to have tutorial videos on my other channel. But they're old as heck. Anyway, I am definitely out of time now, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe we'll pick this up later tonight once I get home. Possibly. But we might also just do something else. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.